on Facebook, and I was like, okay. And I watched her for like maybe a month, and I was like, okay. And just like person, and like she said, like her husband's an awesome person, and like they're just good people. And I'm like, okay, Liz is doing this. It's got to be legit, and I trust her. And so I'm not, and it's not like anything. I just trust Liz, and so testimony to your character.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
But not to mention what she's posting is like, okay, I could benefit from what she's doing because it's. Those products, the before and afters were just amazing. And so I just called her. I'm like, or I text you and I said, okay, I'm going to bite. What is this?
That's right. I think that's exactly how she's.
Yeah, I'm biting. What's up? And so she's like, give me your number. And she called me, and I think like within, I don't know, half hour, I was like, okay, I'm signed in. Yeah. And that's about how it went. And the products are awesome. I mean, like in 2 days, all this stuff came to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I felt like Christmas. It was just awesome, and all these products, and I just couldn't wait to get started. But, there's 4 different regimens, and everyone kind of curtails to a different skin condition. And of course, I wanted to get right to my problem. Like, I have saggy brown spots, and it was just like, I just want to go right to that. Well, then, I'm in denial that I have adult acne. And I have breakouts and everything else, and you have to get that under control first, but no worries, they have something for that too. So anyway, I kind of worked my way into it and loved the results, and I'm thinking I need all this stuff for my face, but then I was like, and I can get a bigger discount and all that good stuff. But then I started thinking, okay, well, I have a daughter going to college, and we did a really poor job in saving for that. And then my son is playing AAU basketball, and then my daughter had a graduation party. Anyway, this has like provided me with just being able to wash my face basically and post pictures, the freedom to kind of pay for all those things. I mean, obviously I haven't paid for my daughter's college yet, but it's just, it took the stress off of like the grad parties and the AAU basketball and the traveling and the hotels and all that stuff that just kind of comes with kids. And and of course we would have made that work before we did this, but it's just such a stress relief to know that this opportunity is there for me, and I'm taking advantage of it. And so I get great, and I don't keep any of this in my house. I kind of like, people call me or text me or message me and say, just like I did with Liz, okay, what's up? And because everybody has skin and everybody has a condition. Typically, as we age, no one's really happy with their skin. Very few people are like, "Oh my God, I love aging. This wrinkle is great," And so,
so pristine. Right. Yeah. I got a new one today.
I should. Yeah. And so, exactly. Yeah. So at any rate, it just sounded like a really cool, kind of fun thing. I'm not really good at parties. I'm not good at keeping inventory. I'm not good at any of that stuff, but this doesn't make you do any of that. So I'm like, what the heck? I've never done anything like this. I was having like a bad month. I think I told Liz, she's like, how's work? I'm like, I had a bad day. Actually, I've had a bad month, maybe like 2 months. And I'm like, okay, I need a plan B, actually. You know what I mean? It's like, do I really want to work until I'm 65? What is retirement now anyway? I mean, it's like, it keeps jacking itself up.
72. Maybe like 80.
I'm going to have to die before I get retired. And so I'm like, I need plan B. So this all just made perfect sense for me. And, I wanted the products, but then I wanted a little bit of extra cash. We just bought a new house, and we're remodeling, and it's a fixer-upper, and that all costs money. So I've been really super happy, and it hasn't been a ton of work. It's just been posting pictures and talking to people. I think the heart of the products, and I was using them, so it was easy. I can tell you what everything does for you. So anyway, that was my kind of why I started this, and so now it's fun, it's awesome, and it just keeps growing. So anyway, Liz, do you want to jump in and talk about your?
Yeah, I'll do mine, and I'll let you circle back to the product, and I'll talk about business. Okay. So thank you all for coming. Again, as Stacey said, my name is Liz. I originally started with my skin issues. Oh, actually, let me circle back. So I am a mother of a 2-year-old little boy, and then I also sell real estate in Northwest Iowa. So I'm a full-time realtor. That's what I do. That is what has supported me and my husband when my husband's an attorney. So I do work full-time in Northwest Iowa there. But I started my skin journey with acne. I've always had acne. my entire life. And so I knew the Proactive doctors because I had been on Proactive for almost 15 years. And I had not really been very happy with my skin, in particular after I had my first child. Something about those hormones really get going through your body, and next thing you know, you got a lot of different things going on. So my face was really changing quite a bit, and it was not for the better. The other thing is I just turned 30 last week, and so I had known that on the horizon, it's like when I jump into my 30s, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen with my skin? It's going to start losing collagen and this and that. So I was kind of aware that I needed to change my regimen up, and I wasn't exactly sure how or why that was going to, or how that was going to happen. But in the midst of my busy, crazy life, I had a cousin out of Austin who had been posting on Facebook for nearly 18 months. She was pretty consistent with her business. At first I was like, what is this? I'm really shocked she's doing this. It's not like Nancy. She's very shy by nature. She's a stay-at-home mom of 3 boys under the age of 4. She's very busy. Her husband has a very successful marketing business. In fact, a lot of the grocery store items at your grocery store, you probably recognize his work. So they're very successful people. I'm thinking, it's kind of interesting that she's doing this. And it wasn't until I really started watching the before and afters that I realized maybe this is something I should look into because my skin is so bad. Well, I was sitting last fall sulking in my own misery because I had a horrible, horrible, horrible experience with a client. And I said, okay, I'm going to do something for me. It's time. So I had a really good year, and so I said, you know what, I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go from Proactive, and I'm going to give this a try. Knowing the Proactive doctors and their success with this particular line and what I had had for success with this particular line, knowing they had completely recreated dermatology for the masses and had kind of gone back and redone it again, I was really interested in the unblemished regimen. So my cousin sent it to me. Within 3 days, I could tell my skin was completely different, completely insanely different. So right away, she said, I consider looking into this. To her a little bit more about the company, I realized, oh my heavens, she had been in this company for less than 20 months, and she had already almost surpassed my income in 20 months. So as a business owner, like I said, I sell real estate. My husband has his own real estate office with his family. Needless to say, they have a significant amount of overhead with secretary, electricity bills, obviously paying, basic overhead for, for a business, paper, copies, all that good stuff. For my overhead for real estate, I'll be very transparent. I pay anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000 a month to keep going. I'm usually closer to $3,000 a month. So I look, my overhead alone is right anywhere between $35,000 to $40,000 a year, depending on the year. So I spend a lot of money to keep going, and my dues and what that looks like as far as paying my broker out and whatnot. So what I really started looking at was this business model and how it was a little different. And when I researched, I realized I could invest in this company for less than $1,000. I could even potentially get that investment back if I weren't in my business enough. And in addition to that, my monthly overhead was $100 a month, and that was it. So I thought to myself, well, that's less than 1 month of my overhead right now, so I might as well give this a whirl. So I did. I jumped in. I bought my kit, and I started really working the business, and I was a little apprehensive at first. I didn't really think it was going to be a good fit for me because I really did have a successful job. I do make 6 figures a year selling real estate. It is busy, but I don't really make my hours as much, right? I'm chasing a lot of leads. I'm working a lot of weekends. I spend a lot of time on Sundays at open houses while my family's out on the boat enjoying themselves and drinking margaritas. So I don't necessarily get as much freedom as I would like, and obviously I have baby on the way, and I would like to have more babies. So my goal is, I would really, really love to be able to stay at home if I possibly could, but financially it's not something that was in the cards for us for a long time. So so I took the plunge. My cousin came up and launched me, and I really realized what this company has to offer. Not only is it literally a limitless income potential, but I could never do that in my market where I'm at. I could never have the limitless income potential that is residual, that continues to grow every month the way that Ronan & Fields does. So a little bit about the product. They're all ready for 60 days. They all have multi-med therapy, and they're all pretty simplistic. I know it seems like a lot, but there's 4 main regimens. They address the 4 main common skin concerns, of the public today. And really these doctors are just bringing dermatology to the masses at home. So the goal when they went to go revamp their dermatology to bring to the masses was to bring dermatology to your home. So you didn't have to go to a doctor. There's only one dermatologist for every 30,000 people in the United States, which is crazy. It's only getting worse. And they wanted to bring individual wealth to the masses. People are shrinking 30 to 40-year careers into 3 to 5 years with this company. I mean, it is jaw-dropping. It didn't really click with me until I realized my cousin had already passed my income in 20 months with what I've already done in 6 years. And that she's staying at home with her babies, and now she's driving a luxury vehicle paid for by the company, and she gets to go on free trips, and she's got this and she's got that. And I'm like, well, no one's ever gonna give me a car, are they? You know, so that was kind of one of the things that kind of tripped my trigger was, really, is this actually possible? Is this really real? So, you know, I looked into it a little bit more. Her sister was a PA in oncology, and she has retired herself after 2 years in the business as well. And she has more than tripled her income as a PA. So it is really, this company is not just for the few, it's for the willing. And I'm telling you, if this type of success is happening all over our team, it's just not for the tippy top in our company. So that's one of the things I love about it. If you want to be successful, you can take it by storm and you can run with it, and it can be yours. As Stacey mentioned, we have no inventory. We have no sale minimums, which I don't have time for. I don't have time for inventory. I'm the worst. I have no time for sale minimums. I'm already in sales. We have no prior requirements. We have events that we choose to do on our own because it's fun, and I really get to reconnect with old friends like Stacey, and we have a great time. But other than that, it's very streamlined. Everything is online. These doctors have figured out really the way to the future. The past of the company is that we actually used to be in department stores like Nordstrom's and Saks Fifth Avenue. And we were the best-selling line in Nordstrom's in 2008, but actually the doctors went and pulled it out of retail, and they were the first to do so at that time because they figured out with research that, in fact, the reason we were selling so well was by word of mouth and not by the lady behind the glass counter. So our main competitors like Clinique, Estee Lauder, Lancome, they take 60 to 65% of their revenues and they reinvest it back into advertising. As you know, you flip those beauty magazines, there's Clinique ads, there's Estee Lauder ads, there's Lancome ads. I mean, it's insane how much money that they have to pay, you know, models, endorsements, so on and so forth. Where does that money go for us? In our pockets. Okay, so we have literally a Rolls-Royce plan, compensation plan. It is insane. And we are very highly incentive based. So, so ultimately, that's a little bit of the history. So they pulled out, they took us to direct sales. People thought they were crazy. People also thought they were crazy when they decided to do infomercials with Proactive. But look at where they're at now. They own over 80% of the global acne market, and they're in over 118 countries. So if you think about it, they've already dominated once in one area. They're about ready to dominate the global aging, anti-aging market, which is a $250 billion industry. That's insane. We're only in 2 countries right now, US and Canada. I'm getting ready to launch in Australia. So for those of you who have Aussie friends, you're going to want to get them on the phone. Just because the products work. I mean, truly, it is a product that is unbelievable to me how well it performs, and we have less than a 3% return rate. So the products speak for themselves. And I find that anybody who does have an issue with anything, it's user error. So it is something that I am so very passionate about because I know it gives me the opportunity to live more, give more, and dream more down the road. And that's just where I'm headed. So Harvard Business Law has reviewed our business plan, and we are considered a lifetime, once in a lifetime opportunity to them, just because we are so young, we are so ground floor. That's what I'm trying to say. We're so ground floor, and we have not even touched saturation yet. Not even close. We have 200,000 consultants right now. Only 50,000 of those are actually getting paid because the others are just using the product like we know we can. You can sign as a consultant, just get the product at the deepest discount, which is 25%. But only 50,000 of those are actually working. Just to give you a little bit of an idea, there's 6 million Avon consultants alone in America. There's 4 million Mary Kay. A little bit of a difference here. So to say that this is an opportunity is an understatement. And so I was sick of watching my cousin jump all over this and reap the benefits. So here I am sharing because I'm passionate about it. I love the company. I love the business. There's not anything about this that I don't like. I think it is a no-brainer. My biggest regret is I just wish I would have started sooner. I wish I would have listened. I wish I wouldn't have judged right off the bat. So, so I think everything I wanted to cover, I'm gonna let Stacy cover product. And then if you guys have any questions at the end, we can certainly address those. So
Okay.
I'll let Stacy go with product.
So there's 4 product lines, like I said before. So typically this is Soothe. So if there's any issues like with your skin, Soothe kind of trumps all. And so if you've got, this is awesome for like rosacea, eczema, sensitive skin. So all the products, like I said before, has 4 steps because it's a multi-minute therapy, so it works together to kind of benefit the next step and the next step. But I just wrote and jotted down some notes here, so just 1 second. Soothe. Okay. So this cleanser removes the environmental irritant. So if you've got someone who's got like bad eczema, they would go out and maybe grass would be an allergy to them, and they would go out and you can't necessarily throw them in the shower if it's one of your kids or something, right? When they come in, this kind of takes everything off the surface of your skin, and it just kind of cleanses it off. And so this is actually a great cleanser. You can tell I use this. I use them all actually. I told Liz my Redefine is like empty, and I thought I had another one, but so then step 2 is let's see. Step 2 with that is patented peptides. So it's a sensitive skin treatment and it restores the lipid barrier. So basically, if you don't have work kind of set in. So this is awesome for that. It's got patented and restores your skin's like the natural level. So it brings kind of like the natural. What your skin should be doing. Those people who suffer with sensitive skin don't have that opportunity to get that natural barrier back, so that helps with that. This step 3 is a cold fusion technology, and it's patented by Rodan & Fields, and it's actually just an awesome moisturizer. And a lot of times, so I'm so happy because I used to, like I said, cake on the foundation and try and cover everything up. And now I don't have to wear foundation at all. I have the, Rodan & Fields has this peptide powder that has peptides in it. And basically it's just a powder, you put it on, you can put blush and your eye makeup and your lipstick and you're good. And I don't have any foundation. It's like the most awesome thing. But anyway, this kind of acts as like a makeup. You know how sometimes you put that stuff on that's supposed to help your makeup stay, whatever that was that I bought into. But anyway, this moisturizer is really good for kind of keeping everything like your foundation in place, like your powder. And then they have the 4, which is the sunscreen. And all of the things have sunscreen. Like I said, this is a 30 SPF, and that's just a great thing to have in your purse and bring around. So basically, Soothe trumps all. If you have sensitive skin, you can't really move on to anything else. But then, like I said before, I was in denial about having adult acne. That trumps everything on this table too. So I can't really go on to taking care of my skin issues until I took care of my adult acne. And so it was amazing. Like Liz said, it might not restore it overnight, but I would say within a week, you can feel a difference in your skin. Like I have one lady that said she went on a business meeting and she forgot to take her regimen with her, and she could just tell her skin, like her makeup didn't go on right, nothing seemed right, just because the way this stuff works is real. I mean, these doctors, they're clinically, they study this stuff in clinical studies. It's not like they go in and they study it in a textbook, so they are not necessarily going in and saying, okay, let's see, I bet this would work with that. They're clinical studies, and so these people are figuring things out on a trial basis with people before they launch it. So the Unblemished is a sulfur washed acne treatment, and we're the only people that have the sulfur-based acne wash. And the reason that's so good is because it treats the acne, and it also helps reduce the redness in your skin as well. And so this is
and actually people love this. And adult acne, the kids that have like, you know, those uncomfortable teenage years where they're just going through that insecurity of, you know, breakouts and stuff, it's brought them so much relief and confidence. I mean, if you're not confident in your skin, you don't feel good. So again, they have a toner which balances everything out, and it kind of every step gets ready for the treatment. This is it's in double barrels, and it's because these products, the doctors know what mixes, what plays well with each other, and there's certain products that just don't play well with each other. So in order to keep the efficacy as much as it can be 100% like it says it is, they don't mix them together. Like if you go into the store and you say, and that's what the reverse do, they have two different treatments that you can buy together when you're ready to apply. But you know, if you go into a Target, they say it comes with vitamin C. Vitamin C, when it's mixed with anything else, it basically, there's really not any efficacy of the vitamin C left because it's mixed with something else. But they say it's there to try and get you to buy it, and it doesn't work. So that's a lot of times why the things you buy over the counter don't work, is because they're looking at how cheap it is to. Is this cheaper to put it in a double barrel? Probably not, but it works. So they do it. They spend their money on making sure that you're getting what you're paying for. And then again, the oil control lotion, which has a sunscreen as well, 20 SPF. A lot of people that have acne have oil control issues, and so this is a great oil control moisturizer. So anyway, these are two great, I mean, confidence builders as far as like real. You look at someone, you say, oh gosh, you know, the eczema where their skin's bleeding or cracked or acne, it's just feel good regimens, and these are awesome. So, but then these are my favorite over here.
They're everybody's favorite.
I know. I mean, those are my favorite because they have to be, because I needed to get through that to get to this. But anyway, so we've got reverse. Reverse is what I love. I should show you guys. I don't like I don't the summer and afters. Like if you were to see my before, it's just amazing what reverse has done for me. And I had tons of sun damage and spots on my face, and it really just turned everything around. So it basically has a clean slate. And I was telling Angela when she was in here, it's like all of the regimens kind of give you a glow to your skin because they clean from the bottom up. And so it's kind of like looking at a lake with, you know, like gross stuff on the bottom of the lake. The light doesn't really reflect off that very well because underneath the water, it's all smudgy and dirty. But when you have the clean slate, it just glows. So people who are on Rodeo Fields, people just say they have a glow. And that's because they work from the bottom up and they get everything out. Sometimes with all the regimens, it gets a little bit worse before it gets better just because it brings it to the surface before it goes away. It took lots of years to get where we're at. It doesn't just go away overnight. So with consistency, these products work. Again, the toner, it prepares you for the step 3, which is the treatment, and it's a vitamin C and a retinol. And vitamin C doesn't play well with anybody either, and so that's why they put them in 2 different tubes, and they just take a little dab of each one, and you mix them together on your finger, and you put it on your face, and then it's a lightener, it's a corrector, it just kind of balances everything and gives you the clean slate that you need when they're fighting that sun damage. Let's see, there's a gold standard with this on the skin brightening in dermatology. So basically this is what everybody strives for, we have it. So that's a plus. And the sunscreen, this is my favorite sunscreen. I mean, honestly, I put this stuff on and I don't get a sunburn at all. I mean, it's like my face, it's like you can be in the sun, you don't, I mean, they say you're not supposed to be in the sun, but we live in Minnesota and when we get sun, we're out there. So, anyway, it's great. It's not oily. Doesn't smell. It doesn't make me break out like some of the sunscreens do. But anyway, I feel like I still get a healthy glow without getting a burn or anything else. So that sunscreen is awesome. So then we have the Redefine regimen, which is the ultimate big kahuna. That's what that everybody strives to kind of just land into the Redefine regimen. And they have this fights like fine lines, wrinkles, firmness, large pores. I mean, like the #1 sign of aging is not necessarily a wrinkle, but it's like dullness in your skin and like your large pores. Just because there's a certain amount of things that you have when you're younger, they stop producing in your skin as you get older. So this kind of it kind of rejuvenates your skin and kind of puts all that stuff back in. So
the best wrinkle that you ever get is, or the best wrinkle you get is the one you never had, or what, how's it go?
That's it.
Yeah,
the one you never had. You nailed it.
Yeah, there's not
The
really
best
good
wrinkle is the one you
wrinkle.
never
Yeah,
get. Yeah.
So anyway, the Redefine you can use as a mask, and I love this. I use this at night. I just kind of let it sit on my face. It kind of pulls everything out, you feel great when you're done using it. I mean, it firms things up, and I love it. They come with a toner as well. And then that's the pore minimizer toner, and so that helps with the large pores, which we all get as we age. And then the moisturizers are the same. There's just one for the night and one for the day. The night one obviously doesn't have a sunscreen in it, but the day one does. So it's those sunscreens are great as well. And if I'm not going to be in the sun, I will use this. But if I'm going to be in the sun, I might even use this one with my Redefine because it just works so well. So then those are the 4 regimens, and they're all great. The doctors with Rodan Fields are smart enough to kind of come up with a couple other like bonus things that I'll just talk real quick about. This is a roller. This is the AMP MD roller. And this is like the little blue tool. And this is like what people, when you use this
Tool.
the little blue tool, and it's a roller. It's called the AMP MD roller, but nobody really identifies it as that. It's just like the little blue tool. And you basically, this is the best minute in skincare that you can use ever. I mean, it's like, so it's got like, what does it have? 192 circular kind of acupuncture needles in there that they roll over your skin. The best analogy that I ever heard is that it's like when you make caramel brownies and you want to put caramel in the brownies, but if you just put it on top, it just kind of sits there. But if you poke holes in it, then the caramel all goes into the brownies, and it kind of great caramel through. I mean, Liz knows that. Yeah, I mean, funny how I use that analogy. Anyway, you just down, you kind of divide your face into back and forth, and then in an angle, and then you roll on your neck. Anywhere where there's a bone line, you can roll. It has lifted my jawline. I mean, like it's like it was starting to sag. It was just like I was like, okay, maybe I need one of those like surgeries where it just like you cut a thing in your skull and it just pulls everything up because like everything is just falling down.
Or you wear a ponytail all the time.
Yeah. And so anyway, it just lifts, and like on your brow line, it lifts that. Like eyes just kind of start falling, your eyelids, and it just kind of lifts your eyelids, everything. I mean, this tool is awesome. And then when you use it with these 2 regimens, it increases your results by 50%, just because it has that microtechnology where it's getting into your skin and it's dirty. So once you're done with that, when you buy this with the Reverse, you don't necessarily need the retinol because there's retinol in the treatment here. But when you buy it with the Redefine, it comes with these little pods of retinol, and there's proteins and what else is in these? Something else is in here.
So patented peptides, and it's a lot of retinol basically. And peptides increase skin cell turnover. So what that does is speed up that natural skin cell turnover that you have, and it creates more collagen.
So yes, I'm looking for a word, but I can't find it. Anyway, so you just you cut this off and you put it on. You put it on after you're done rolling, and just kind of instantly goes into your skin, and you're good. And then they've got the same kind of analogy for your lips. So if you're one of those people that suffer from really dry lips, this is awesome. I mean, you wake up. I was like sealing an envelope, and I did a little cut in my, the side of my lip, and it started getting big red. It was ugly. And I put one of these on before I went to bed, and I swear to God, the next day it was gone. And so I mean, it just works. Whatever's in it, it's like anyway, it's awesome. Like magic. So this is the eye cream. Just a touch on the eye cream. They call it eye crack. It's just it's awesome. You just dab it around here, and it's great. I mean, it takes away puffiness, dark circles, and then fine lines, and so we all work hard and we're all tired, and this kind of like fools everybody, so it's like we're on eye crack. And so anyway, the eye cream is awesome. All of the products last 60 days is what they say. So using it, so I always like to tell people it's like using it twice a day. Last for 4 months, 5 months. It's if you use it with a gauze pad versus a cotton it just lasts a lot longer. So the initial investment in product is on the front end because you're buying the whole regimen. After that, you can buy as you want. You don't have to buy everything at once. You don't have to buy a regimen at once. If you only need the wash, you have, as a preferred customer, I don't know if we're going to go into the ways to buy, but as a preferred customer, you get 10% off and free shipping twice a month with an order of $80 or more. So basically, all these regimens here are under $175 for 60 days. The first month, however, they ask you to ease into it because your skin is getting used to the new product, and some people's skin are more sensitive than others. So they tell you to use it once a day, every other day for a week, and then twice a day, or once a day every day for the next week, and then twice a day every other day. So you get the picture, and then until when month 2, you're on to twice a day every day. And I mean, I jumped a little bit just because my skin didn't react, so I was able to fast forward on that process a little bit more. But so that first regimen lasts a long time. So I mean, when you calculate that into what you spend, I don't know what you guys spend on your skincare, but I was spending a lot more on like a serum or something like that just didn't work. So I love the fact that it's not an auto ship where Proactive, I think, was an auto ship. I wasn't on Proactive, but from what I hear, it was every 30 days it shipped versus 60 days. And this, you have the ability to control what you want when you want it. If you don't ever want to reorder, you don't have to reorder. So that is huge to me too, because it speaks to the doctors. They're confident in the product. It's not like they're trying to make money on everybody that's out there. They just know that you're going to keep buying because it works, you know. And so you order it as you need, and they're not worried about like, well, we're just going to keep shipping to you so that you keep making money. And so it just doesn't work like that. So so anyway, the products are great. One thing I forgot to touch on is the Redefine Acute Care Strips, and this is what they're wrinkle fillers. And so basically what they do is they fill wrinkles while you sleep. So they look like a Band-Aid, and you can put it on, you know, your laugh lines or wherever you want, and you just put it on your skin. You seal it down just like a Band-Aid, and you sleep and you wake up and it's filled. So it's filled with a lot of hyaluronic acid. Yes. Which is like water, hydro, and so it just fills everything up. So when you wake up, your wrinkles gone. You use it like every 3rd day for a month, and it lasts 8 to 12 weeks after that. And so it's like they say it's similar to Botox. It's not like Botox, but it's similar as far as you're not using a needle to inject it. You're using a Band-Aid to fill it. And so anyway, they're running a great corporate. The other thing I love about the company is they run these specials all the time, and they're just like great specials. Like I don't get anything for free, but I'm like, oh my gosh, that is such a great deal. They're always like incenting people with ways to just keep going. And so anyway, they have this with the Redefine and the roller. They paired it all together and basically you get these for free, and these are usually $220. I can't even afford them, but I'm like, oh my gosh, they're free. Like I was like, okay, one day when I'm like driving that Lexus, I'll be buying these all the time, but I can't right now. But it's such a great deal that that I had to talk about it. So anyway, I think that's about it with the product.
I think that's it. Yeah, there's of course we have a couple different ways you can buy. As a preferred customer, Stacey mentioned you get 10% off free shipping. You have access to our nurse line, and it's a customizable replenishment program where you don't have to buy if you want to, so it's really great. Otherwise, of course, we have our consultant option, which is 25% off. You can sell a couple regimens to friends, family, and get your skincare covered for it. Of course, everything's always a tax write-off if you're a consultant, so that's always a great perk too. So there's of course full price, but nobody likes paying full price. That's just silly. Who does that? So in any event, if you guys have any questions at all about business or products, otherwise
have another drink.
Otherwise, have another drink and enjoy.
Yeah.